Why is he smiling, Father?
He wants to die well, without fear, to atone for his sins.
To go to Valhalla?
You must watch, for his sake.
It's the only hope of reaching Valhalla.
Rite of passage. I mean, you gotta become a man, gotta do things like a man. It's a tough culture.
Feed him to your pigs. And I curse him. May he never enter Valhalla. May he never feast with the gods.
So you what for nothing,
Why
kid?
did he do that?
He should not have done.
Someone told me he wanted that land for himself. He knew Tryggvason had the best claim to it, but refused to sell it.
You hear that, boy? This is how things are done around here.
Nah, that's not the right way, though.
Ola, son, may you accept this gift of salt and earth to remind yourself that you belong to both the land and the sea. These arm rings bind you in loyalty to me, your lord, your chieftain. Any oath that you swear on these rings must be honored and kept. Do you understand and swear to this?
Yes, Lord.
And do you freely give your fealty to me, your lord, your chieftain?
Yes, Lord.
So interesting. I wonder how much of it is actually true.
We all want to feast, but we also want to know where we'll be raiding this summer.
We will raid east again, to the Eastlands, and into Russia.
Every year. We'll go to the same places. But there is an alternative.
But I tell you that I will not risk my ships on my reputation on such a deluded fantasy. They're my ships. I pay for them, and they go where I tell them to go. Now that's the end of the matter.
When you don't have the power to do what you want to do, you need to follow the orders.
Yeah. Because, I mean, as much as it's the voice of the people that decides, like, that judges people and stuff, we all know who has the real power here.
You keep talking about the West. What do you know of it? Why are you so certain that it's a land of great riches?
I can't be sure. But I believe it.
I don't care what you believe. You insulted me out there. And not for the first time. But believe me, it will be the last. You are a farmer. You should be content with your lot. Farms are few and in great demand. And there are many people here who would like to possess your land. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Keep your mouth shut or...
I understand.
Oh.
And don't ever stick your nose in my face again.
I mean, we saw the direct consequences of that just minutes ago with the guy. Because, I mean, there was something going on.
But to be fair, though, it's true that they didn't know about nothing to the West.
It was a bargain. A total bargain. But he's an adventurer. He wants to find out. I can understand. But I also can understand the uncertainty. Like, not wanting to risk anything. Back in those days, you were leaving for months at sea.
Where are they? Where are my sons? You said you'd found them.
Oh.
What?
Okay. Did that actually happen, or is he just paranoid that something's gonna happen?
I think it's guilt.
So you think it did happen?
No, I think that he's dreaming of something that
Oh, you said guilt.
something is on his conscience and is grudging him from the inside. He wasn't supposed to feed the body to the pigs. Was
Or,
supposed,
I mean, not allow him
he
access
was
to Valhalla.
yeah, that's right. And like you said, they truly believe to
We have someone special
their
to
God's
visit.
wrath
His name
and
is Loki.
Loki. Why didn't he come to the thing?
Because he's shy.
Yeah.
Loki, this is my son, Björn.
The kid does not freak out easily.
How are you? You have your father's eyes. Unfortunately.
Why, unfortunately?
It means he will be like you. And therefore he will want to do better than you. You will hate him for it.
I mean, the father wants to go west, maybe the kid will.
It's the same. It will be lighter and carry a bigger sail. The construction is different. It's built with a strong central plank. The two strakes above it are nailed directly onto the knees of the frame. But the ones below, look, pleated and lashed onto the frames, not nailed. So they can move in relation to each other. This means the boat won't butt against the waves like a goat, but move over them like a ripple.
And you think it could handle long sea voyages?
That's why I'm building it.
Okay, interesting.
But will it be strong enough?
We won't know that until we try.
Your mother was a famous shield maiden.
Was?
Is a famous shield maiden. Fought in the same shield wall against the Eastlanders. She fought like a Valkyrie.
You think he's got a thing for his brother's wife?
Let him stay a while.
maybe.
I mean, he sure seems to be, oh no, maybe he wanted that life.
Tell me your news. What about the boat?
It's nearly ready.
I won't go under your command. I won't go unless we're all equal.
We are brothers. You and I will always be equal.
Yeah, I'm starting to doubt the brother thinks that too.
Then we must find a crew. Not many men will go against the wishes of Haraldson. Many will be afraid. Some may even go to him and betray us.
I don't know why I don't feel the brother. They took great care. I mean, they showed us their relationship in the beginning, helping each other out, and then he looks at his wife a bit too close, and I'm like, he's talking about command and stuff. Look at him. He's. Do you trust this guy?
Yesterday I was with a girl from the town.
Thank you.
Good-looking girl, too. When she shouted out in pleasure, didn't see her face.
Yep. He got the hots for this.
Yeah, maybe they did have something. Because she's not doing anything.
Don't talk like that.
Why not? I think about you all the time.
That's too bad.
Don't insult me, Shield Maiden.
No. I would never insult you. You're too great a warrior. But perhaps not so great a man.
Oh shit.
Maybe Flicky won't betray Ragnar, but maybe his brother will.
And she won't betray him because... He keeps seeing crows.
That man again.
Yep. He's like a reaper.
No, Valkyries took the warriors when they were dead to Valhalla.
Yeah, but he stands there when there's dead bodies and
Saw
stuff.
something. What did you see?
The sign. It made me certain we're doing the right thing.
If I knew what was the symbol of the crow, I might know what entity is that?
Good night, brother.
I don't. So sorry.
Ooh.
Looking good.
Leave the lamp alone, baby. Can you imagine trying to cross like huge like body of water in this thing?
Well, that's why they didn't literally cross the water with that, but they went from shore to shore.
I see it in your eyes.
Huh?
That's how you cross a body of water from going to shore to
No,
shore.
but I mean, you got the ocean, but you don't go straight through it. You just contour it something.
Look! The sail. She'll sink. No, she bloody won't.
You shouldn't have pretended to build such a boat.
I'll set the sail.
I'm sorry, Ragnar. I've wasted all your money. It was all a joke.
Shut up, man.
Have faith in yourself. It looks beautiful, to be honest. Holy shit, it looks good. Okay, I take back what I said.
Now it runs on its cool keel. Oh, it's beautiful. Why didn't you believe me? I told you I could do it.
You said what it was saying 2 seconds ago.
Ah, shit.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, yeah, we can go again. We can keep going.
To be fair, he said that to not use his shit, he won't allow it. Well, he bit his own. He didn't go against his will.
He swore filthy to this guy. Like he's got the armband, I think.
Arm ring.
The arm ring stuff. So and he knows he wants to go west. So him hearing about them building a ship,
He's going against his wish.
yeah, it's not just like it's a summer thing, you know. I just want to hang out around my house. No, he's clearly gonna cross. And the guy, I don't know what the deal is with his sons, but he's obviously paranoid. Maybe he thinks someone is gonna betray him or something. He's afraid of the consequences of his actions, or he's afraid that someone is going to come at him somehow. But he's not in the right state of mind right now. And this guy, Ragnar, he's been apparently insulting him, or he's been speaking against him more than once.
Yeah.
So I feel like something's coming, and I mean, they're setting it up. They're setting it up so that eventually this guy might get murdered, or I don't know. Like I said, I have this feeling of impending doom, and I can't shake it off. I feel like, especially like you've got Floki, right? He's saying that the kid has the same eyes as his dad, which means that he's gonna want to do the same thing as his dad and even do better. And I'm like, maybe the father will put that idea in his son's head, that crossing west and just finding riches and finding this land, it's a dream of his, and he's never going to be able to achieve it, but the son will.
Yeah.
Right now, that's the feeling I get from this. I don't know if you're aware of what's going to happen, or do you know anything about this so far, or?
Season 1 to 3, I know nothing.
Okay, so you don't know.
I don't know what that will be for the furthest seasons.
So don't mention anything you know. But
right.
It could be a great story.
For the travel to the west thing, though.
Oh yeah, that.
I thought that it might have been maybe America, but it said that they got riches and they got a new god, and we know that for the time for the Vikings to travel to America, it was before the Europeans traveled down to America. So the native didn't have a new god. They got multiple gods.
No one went there before, so it's just stories and speculations.
Yeah, but that's why maybe I think that from the way it's done, maybe the furthest to the
west. What's west of Scandinavia?
You got England. You got England. Yeah, that could be maybe France. That is.
Yeah, but back in those days, there's not much in England.
But that would be.
I'm just saying that.
That'd be the probably the first place to go if you go sailing to west.
I'm just saying that to me, from what I know of the Vikings, this is probably one of the things I know most about them. They are the ones that probably crossed the ocean first. They're the ones that got to the Americas first. When we're talking travelers and explorers and stuff. And for him to mention traveling west and new lands that people have never seen before and stuff like that, and I'm thinking Americas. I'm thinking he wants to be that guy, and I'm like, why would you make a story about some guy who just went like 20 miles west and got to England when you can tell the story of the guy who crossed the ocean for the first time?
True.
That just makes more sense to me. But like I said, I mean, this is about the journey, so we might not get there before long. I don't know if this is going to be about this. I don't know if the sun is going to be the one that crosses. I don't know if it's about crossing the ocean at all, but I'm just saying that I know the Vikings crossed to the Americas, and they...
that we know of.
I mean, to me, it feels like we might be talking about this, but that aside, I mean, the destination aside, I can totally see, like, Ragnar is the Vikings.
The embodiment of a Viking.
He embodies what we hear about Vikings. Like, they were explorers. They were travelers. We don't see much of the other side we hear about the Vikings. We saw them fight, but there's the warrior side of the Vikings. Like, they were pillaging and they were attacking and killing and stuff. We saw a bit of it, but so far we've seen the family man and the explorer. So there's a totally other side of him that we didn't explore much yet, and we just saw a bit of it.
We saw a bit of the relationship between men and women.
That I love.
Not that much explained, but just a little bit.
I mean, you know, when you look at a show like let's say Game of Thrones, who's talking about fantasy, medieval times and stuff, women were. I mean, the lady of the house was respected, but they did not do much.
And they have as much power than their husband.
Yeah, that's the thing. But when I'm looking at this, like, I think I heard about this before. Like, I knew women were important in this culture, but to actually see it makes me feel really proud. Like, this is something about that culture I really enjoy. I'm like, my feminist, like, the female me, like, is like, yeah, you know what? I can enjoy that. To see a woman who can actually fight, defend her own house, and she doesn't see like the need to tell her husband that, oh, we got attacked, but I mean I took care of it. Maybe knowing that I don't know what he would do if he learned about that. Maybe he would like chase them down and try to kill them. Maybe she just doesn't want to bother him with that because she can take care of herself.
Maybe a normal day for a Viking family. Who knows?
There's obviously something going on between her and the brother. She's not telling her husband. I don't know if it's because he's aware.
I mean, who wouldn't love Ragnar's wife? She's beautiful.
She is.
She knows how to fight.
I mean, they shared a look for a sec, and then he was like, "Good night, brother," and he left. And I'm like, maybe he knows. Like, she's like silently being like, "Your brother's being that guy again," and he's like, fucking brother. Like, he's being his usual self again. I don't know. Maybe she's just hiding it because she doesn't want to destroy that relationship. Because, I mean, he's his partner. He's his ally, and he's the only one who seems to know about his plans for the future here. It's his brother, so maybe he won't like to be told that his brother is hitting on his wife. He won't like to learn about that for sure, but
maybe.
I have a very bad
being
feeling.
like the first episode, but I really like how the dynamic is between Floki and Ragnar. Really, how these two act with each other.
I like the character.
They seem great friends, and Floki seems an interesting guy, you know, for me.
I like the character, yeah. Right now, all I can say is I have a bad feeling about the brother. Him being the only one other than Floki, the kid, and Ragnar, the family that knows of the plans he's got to go west.
Yeah.
And him mentioning, like, oh, some people might betray us. And I'm like,
please, let it be you. Let it not be you, please.
Let it not be you. And I mean, in the first scene, we see them fight together and helping one another. And I'm like, maybe he's gonna be the one to betray him. So this is a red flag in my mind. Like, I don't trust the guy. And right after I said I didn't trust him, he tried to hit on his wife. So I'm like, you're not helping yourself.
Bad rule, though.
Yeah.
Bad rule.
But it's interesting because we get to see this kid grow up in this world and start learning how the community works together, how rules are being followed, how the law works, and since we don't know about it, we kind of learn through his eyes. Obviously, he's been through like stuff that we don't know about yet. Like he's trained and he's already rough a little bit. Like he doesn't jump or anything. When Floki kind of showed up in his face and was like, "Rah!" He didn't move at all, like at all. So he's already like a tough kid, but I don't think he has any idea. Like he felt bad about, not bad, but he kind of flinched a little bit at seeing that men get beheaded. So obviously he's not fully hardened yet. So we'll get to grow with this kid and we'll get to see what's going on. But
true.
I like the dad. I like his vision. I like his optimism for the future, and I like the adventure side of him. I'm just scared that he's gonna choose that over his family and leave his family behind. I mean, that's
a possibility. And yeah.
I mean, from what he told his kid, I'm like, one day you might have to be the man of the house, and I'm like,
are you gonna leave me?
Yeah,
Mom and sis.
The call of the sea, the call of the adventure is bigger than the
I don't
rest.
know for you, but I know that Ragnar saw a vision of an old man with crows, and I know that it's somehow related to the Nordic mythologies, but I don't know which god it is. So since we didn't grow up with the Nordic mythology, we don't know the symbolic of those of the crows or the old man. Do you think that's it's a good thing for us or it's a bad thing for us? Because if we did grow up with stories about, example, the crows were a symbol for Thor or for Loki, I don't know. We might know what it represents.
I don't know if it's because like I said, I've seen many dramas and I have this impending doom thing like hanging around here. He saw him for the first time on a battlefield where, I mean, there were many deaths, and it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but the guy was not hanging around him, he was hanging around the bodies. So it could represent either luck, because he's the only one who survived, him and his brother, they were the last one standing. So he saw it maybe as a good sign of fortune, but then...
That he saw him
near the boats. And he was like, I saw something and it's a good sign. But I read it in a totally different way. Like, I saw him on a battlefield amongst the dead, and I'm like, this is bad omen. This is tragedy striking. And then he's near the boats, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, we might have to check out, like, what that symbol is, if it's an actual symbol or if it's just something from the show. Which, by the way, this is another thing I really like here. I don't know how much of it is true, but I like that they are kind of introducing, in between, the storytelling and stuff, they're introducing the actual, the culture and the discovery of, I don't know how it's called, but that instrument he was using in order to read the signs and stuff and kind of guide himself. The compass, thank you. But it's like how it got to be created and how it was used back in the day. It's crazy how we get to see this, and it's funny because to us it's like general knowledge, but it's nice to see them be so impressed by such a small thing.
It's a nice detail.
It's a very nice detail, and all the stuff about the rituals and how the law was practiced and stuff. It's fun. It's really nice because I love history. I love to learn more about ancient cultures and tribes and just history. And to see this in a show, and I mean, there's the story, but there's also the history side of the story, and I'm like, I like both of them. So this is really cool. This got promise. It's got promise. I'm enjoying this so far.
All right.
I already know you enjoy this, so because I could totally see like, stuff about the northern. I mean their mythology and their story, and you're like, maybe they're trying to do this, or maybe the Valkyries took him, and I'm like, trying to throw her knowledge.
To be fair, I've read tons of books.
Yeah,
and sat online since high school.
It's obvious that you're just...
I know stuff about Northern mythology and Viking culture.
I'm just saying you're not being very subtle. I mean, just showing that you know stuff about the culture.
Sorry, I'm just really hyped for this.
I mean, it's
because
okay.
I can talk about it.
It's okay. But I enjoyed the first episode, and I'm excited for what's to come. Although I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous.
Great introduction. To be fair though, I kind of would have liked to see more about Ragnar when he was maybe younger. Just
I mean, I don't
not
think
just running the boat when he's a grown man and with a family already.
We get his son for that.
What?
We get his son for that.
True. But if it does is a story about Ragnar, I think I would have preferred to see him much younger than that.
I feel like...
But we'll see.
I mean, me knowing that we're gonna go further in the timeline and stuff, I feel like we're starting with Ragnar, but this could totally be the story of the son. So... And I mean,
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
What he said, Bjorn?
Yeah, Bjorn. Not Bjorn, but Bjorn. Yeah.
Bjorn.
But I'm interested in both of them. I'm interested about if the dad is actually going to do his thing and he's going to survive to see the reward, or if the son is going to have to take over. I'm really interested in both of them. So, yeah.
I do hope that Gida's going to become a Shilmiden like her mom.
She's learning.
I want to see her fight.
We might. We might. Alright, we'll jump to the next episode and see where this leads us, because this was just the first episode. But thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
So if you want to watch it, guys, you can just go down there, click and subscribe to watch it now. Or you need to wait for tomorrow to come by.
Yeah.
So see you then, guys.
Bye.